see. So first off, I wanted to talk about the new song, Favorite Person in the World, which I am so pumped about. Like, I've been wanting to release a positive song for a while, and it's been very hard for me to end up, you can't hear it? Still, oh, that's so annoying. Let's see. Is this better? Ugh. I don't even know what to do about the fan. Let me just I don't even know. Hopefully the fan will go off soon. Okay, that's better. Okay. So basically, I'm so excited about the new song. I'm just gonna start over. Okay. Hi, the podcast is back, which I'm very excited about because I haven't done the podcast in a while, but since I put out a new song, I feel like it is time to start fresh and do it again. So first, hi, Pico_Pico School. So first off, I wanted to start with the new song, Favorite Person in the World. I'm really excited to release this song because it's a more positive song. And I don't want to say my before songs have been negative, but this one is obviously a lot more positive. Like, even I have done love songs before, like already there in my type, but for me those feel like little like flingy songs, where this feels like a true love song. Like, I wrote it about my favorite person in the world, and to me all the lyrics are very genuine and authentic to the place that I'm in my life. But I also feel like, I don't know, this is so weird, but like obviously I write songs, and it's just like if I'm in a place in my life where I'm sad every day, I can't write a happy song, you know what I mean? It's like you get in those moods where it's like anything happy, you're kind of like, oh my gosh, like I can't even go to a place to be like, I'm so happy and life is great, because that's just not where I'm at. But I felt very thankful to, like, once I got out of the hospital, to be in a place where I felt very thankful for my life. So I kind of got into a place where I was like, oh, I want to like write positive songs and write things about the bright side and the things that I love in my life, the people that I love in my life, the things that are good in my life, instead of just like writing about the toxic relationships and like depression and anxiety and the bad stuff that's happened. And like, I'm sure those songs will continue to exist in the future. I'm sure they will. I've already written a lot, but I also just wanted to go on a little positive stretch. Oh, hey, Lucy Leah. And the other very exciting thing is so I have about 16 songs right now, but I am working really, really hard on basically I've been telling a story throughout all of my music, of like the story of basically like my high school teen years and everything like that. And so right now I'm working on putting it all together in an album, and also putting it together in a visual album, which I'm very excited to announce that I've been working on. And I also wanted to end the album with a little batch of positive songs, because I feel like ending on a positive note is just so, so important. I think you can still do positive but deep songs. Oh, thank you, Lucilia. That's definitely the goal, for sure. And to show, like, just because you write a really deep, meaningful song doesn't necessarily mean it has to be negative or sad. Do you have any songs? Oh, do you have any songs about being a survivor? Because you are one. Thank you, Ava_AO2. That is like the sweetest thing ever. I actually have one song that is currently in the mastering stage, so it's not quite ready to be released yet, but it's almost there. And I wouldn't necessarily, I don't know if it's about being a survivor, but it's about going through very difficult times, but still keeping a positive outlook and like getting through it a little bit. So that's probably the closest I have. But then basically the plan for the rest of 2021 is kind of finish these batch of songs, and then I have the album coming in a really cool way at the end of the year, visually speaking, and everything that I'm working on that I'm really, really excited about. And then 2022 we start fresh, because I feel like 2021 and 2020 have been just crazy years for me, as I think they have been for all of us, because it was like the start of COVID, the start of all these like crazy things happening, and I'm just like ready to kind of, keep recovering, get through the rest of 2021, get out everything I have to say. But then 2022, I'm like, let's start fresh. And hopefully 2022 is a good year. I'm hoping that it will be. Like, I know we have like 3 years left. Not 3, oh my gosh, did I say 3 years? Not 3 years left, 3 months left. But I'm hoping that 2022 will be amazing because 222 is actually my lucky number. And even though it's not like the years at 222, it's 2022, so I'm sorry, that's not even how you say years, 2022. Hey, moon_MTT. Oh, thank you so much, Lucia, for saying awesome. As your life changes, your music is going to evolve. Excited for your new era. Thank you. Yes, that's like what I love about creating songs, is it's just such a good way to like process what's going on in your life. And like I always recommend that for everybody, like even if it's not making music, like a way that you can like emotionally process what you're going through, whether it's dancing or drawing or just anything that's like somewhat of an emotional outlet, or sports as well, that can be so helpful. Can you sing your new song? Let's do it. Your presence is a present I cherish every day. What I feel inside my heart is more than I could say. I wanna be more like you, that'll never go away. I gotta tell you something, if you promise not to run away. Can't hide. Baking, that's also a very good creative outlet. I have heard so many things about baking, like soothing people, and the thing is, for me, it depends on what I'm baking or cooking. Like if I'm baking something really easy, like frozen yogurt, I got it down, I know how to do it, so it can be like very soothing and fun. But if it's like something very complicated and hard that I don't know what to do, then I actually kind of get stressed out. Am I the only one? I may be, but I don't know. The fact is, I've waited too long, gotta let you know. Oh, same, if it's too hard, I get stressed. I feel you totally. And also, I feel like cooking is personally a lot harder than baking. I don't know if I'm the only one, but for me, cooking is very impossible. Like baking I can do, but cooking, that's another level. You're lovely, you're lovely. You make me laugh so hard I'll never stop crying. You're my favorite person in the world. I hope one day I'll be your girl. You're lovely, you're lovely. When I'm here without you, I feel I'm dying. You're my favorite person in the world. I hope one day I'll be your girl. At first, yeah, but once you get the hang of flavors, it gets a lot easier. Good to know. The new song is so good. Thank you so much, Whit DMC. That means the world. I can hear your happiness through it. Thank you. This was actually such a fun song to record because this was kind of a crazy day because I was recording 3 songs in the same day, which that's a lot. And this was actually the last song that we recorded, but there was something where like I was kind of nervous to do 3 songs because I was like, can my voice handle it? Because as a singer, you only have a certain time frame where like your voice is very good, and you know it gets tired very easily. And the thing about singing is it's the type of thing where if your voice is tired, you can push through being tired, but your voice, it just doesn't sound as well. Like it doesn't sound very good. And so I was kind of nervous about this, and this was actually the last song we recorded, so I was kind of like, ooh, like it was like the easier song vocal range wise, so I thought, you know, let's make it the last song. But I was like, will I have enough energy? But then there was just something about like the energy in the room and it being the last song and just everything where it was just like really fun, and I just had a lot of energy during recording it, and it was so fun. And I also think it's kind of that thing like almost mentally where it's like when you're doing sprints around a track, it's like, you know, you have to do 4 sprints, and so it's like the first 3 you're giving like half energy because you know you have that 4th sprint, but then the 4th sprint you're like, this is the home run, like let's just go for it, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. Sometimes like when I give metaphors and stuff, I just fear like this makes no sense, like nobody's even gonna know what I'm saying. But yeah, I know I've said it before. Oh, thank you, but I love seeing your energy back again. You give off amazing vibes. Thank you. I love having energy. Life is just more fun when you have energy, you know? Like, there's nothing more priceless than having energy and, like, being able to wake up and feel like I want to get through the day. Like, and, like, being excited to wake up instead of waking up and just being like, ugh, another day, you know? And sometimes I still have those days where I wake up and I'm like, another day, aka every day. But when you push yourself through it and like can get through it, it just gets so much better. Oh, thank you, JWSL. No, we get it, we love it. Oh, thank you. That's sweet. Do you work with a band? I work with a producer, which is really fun. I do different producers, so it depends on the song and also like what vibe you want to go for. But it's always just so fun to be able to collaborate with other people who are like-minded as you and passionate about the same things, because I just feel like you really bond with people when you're passionate about the same things. And like, I'm all for diversity and being friends with people who are from a different background and everything, but when you have somewhat of a common ground, it just can make the relationship so fun. Oh, thank you, Zane Grandma. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. I'm cheering for you too in your life. I really appreciate it. Oh, your girlfriend Sugar 3, thank you so much for listening to the new song. Thank you so much. And by the way, it's only been a little over 24 hours and we already had 7,000 streams on Spotify, which was like so insane. So thank you so much. That's definitely a record. So thank you so much. It means the absolute world to me that you would listen to the song and give it a chance, because I was kind of nervous about this song because it's a little bit more of like a fun song. That's like a little bit more of a different direction with like the countryness and just the fun, a little bit more bubblegum. So I wasn't sure if like people would like it, like maybe it's not cool enough, because it's like my most streamed song this far is Simple, and that's like my cool song. So I'm like, ooh, people like me being cool, but this song isn't that cool, so I was kind of nervous. But thank you for listening and giving it a chance. Oh, thank you, Cuttlebug1933. That's so sweet. Oh, thank you so much, Warm My Brains. You're always so sweet. Oh, I see. So each track can be a different style and unique. Yes, like I know a lot of artists like really like to have a signature sound, and I do think having a signature sound is so important, but I also like every song that I put out to be a little bit different, because I like to keep people guessing. I like to keep people on their toes, and I feel like if you have every song that sounds the exact same, it can be a little boring. So it's kind of fun to just like do different songs, and then that way you get to explore artistically, and it's just more fun. I still love Trusted Boy. Oh, thank you, Lulia. I really appreciate that. Honestly, Trusted Boy is one of my personal favorites as well. And that was a very interesting one, because I remember like just loving that song, but I always kind of put it on the back burner because I was just like, this is very bubblegum pop. This is very pop. This is very girly. It's very pink. Like, I'm afraid people won't like it. So like I always thought like, maybe that won't be the one that's like a single. Like maybe it would just be like a bonus track or something like that. But then when I put it out, like the reception was so kind, and I was so excited that the reception was kind, because that was one of my personal favorites that I just like had so much fun, because to me it felt more like an anthem, which was really cool to do. Oh, it gets stuck in my head, hee hee. Oh, that's so sweet. Well, actually, I'm kind of sorry, because that might be kind of annoying. Like when, oh my gosh, I remember. Oh my gosh, what is that noise? There's so many noises. But anyways, I remember taking a math test, and I just had like this Hilary Duff song stuck in my head while I was taking the math test, and it was the most frustrating thing ever, because I was here like trying to do my math, like get a good grade. It was 8 a.m. in the morning. It was a very stressful situation, and I just couldn't get So Yesterday by Hilary Duff out of my head, and so I couldn't even focus on the problems because it was like, so yesterday, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to do this algebra question. It was a lot. Oh, thank you so much, Cuttlebug1933. That's so sweet. Anything is better than math. I agree. I very much agree. Actually, when I was younger, I really liked math, and then I had an experience that really traumatized me. And then I decided that I didn't like math anymore, aka when geometry started. That was when I was like, done. Oh, earrings. Oh, yeah, I was wondering what ratings were. Thank you. I got them done last week, which I was very excited to do. And it was kind of a little bit of a spur-in-the-moment thing. Like, I'd wanted to get them done because basically I got my earrings pierced when I was in second grade, but then I didn't really put them in much, and I have very sensitive ears. As you know, if you've followed me, I'm a very sensitive person. My body is very sensitive. I don't know why. It's very annoying, but it is. And so my ears closed, and because every time I would put them up, they were like, I'd get infections and they'd bleed, and it was really annoying. But I was like, I saw that they were doing piercings at Target. They were piercing people, which is really cool. And I was like, I do want to get my ears pierced again. Like, I would love, and like, I have some earrings, and I'm like, I would love to be able to wear them again. But then that day they didn't have appointments, and so then I got it done at Claire's, which Claire's is really good. And the thing is, it didn't hurt that bad. It did bleed a lot, but it didn't hurt that bad. I really like Simple, haha. Oh, thank you, the fading out system. Honestly, like, I will admit, out of all of my songs that I've put out, like, I would probably say, I don't know. It's hard to choose. My top 2 favorites are, well, actually my top 3 favorites, I would say Simple, Do You Think That I'm a Fool, and Favorite Person. Like, I don't, no, but well, here's the thing, I'm biased. Like, I wrote them, so I like them, you know? But yeah, probably my top 2 are Simple and Do You Think That I'm a Fool, I would think, because those just had very special sentimental values to me. And I also just like felt like, although We Should Break Up actually had a very sentimental value to me, because I was going through something like really intense, and it was like it was a literal nightmare. Like, I'd never had a relationship so intense where it was like screaming and fighting, and just like, I'm not a confrontational person. I don't like to fight with people. I'd never had an experience like that, but then it was really intense. And then I kind of like, the next day I had a session and was able to write We Should Break Up, and it was very cathartic. What about How Do I Know If I Can Trust a Boy? That is one of my favorites, because that was a very cathartic one too, and that was a very interesting song where I had like, it started off as like, basically like, it started different as like, Never Again Will I Trust a Boy, and then like I did it once and it was like country, and then I redid it, and then it was How Do I Know If I Could Trust a Boy, and it ended up being a very good thing. And I remember like something very specific happened that sparked that as well. Can you sing Simple? Of course. Oh, Do You Think That I'm a Fool? Oh, thank you. Fool was very special too. Fool was like one of the first songs I ever wrote. You're blaming all your problems on me, but for some reason you're here. I know you don't care about my place, but I still can't disappear. My hands are shaking, the earth is quaking, my heart is breaking now. Stop saying that you lost my number as I covered to your lies. We broke up one day in December, but there's just so many ties. My hands are shaking, the earth is quaking, my heart's awakened now. I don't want you back, I wish it was simple as that. I don't want you back, I wish it was simple as that. I don't want you back, I wish it was simple as that. I don't want you back, I wish it was simple as that. All the highs and lows, should I stay or go? I don't want you back, I wish it was simple as that. I don't want you back, I wish it was simple as that. Thank you, Wit DMC, that's a really fun one. And thank you, Lucilia, for the rose, and thank you, Dewey, did I say it right? Dewey9917, thank you so much for the rose. That's so sweet. Thank you, Stellar Babes, that's so sweet. Yeah, that was a fun one. Oh, thank you, Maddie Prez, that's so sweet. Thank you. And thank you, Cynthia Lopez 434. Thank you for the rose. You write very catchy songs. Oh, thank you. You know, I've always said from the beginning, like 5 years ago, when I would like be in like a meeting with a person, they're like, what do you want your songs to sound like? I would always just be like, catchy. I want them to be super, super catchy. They'd be like, well, it's a song, it's supposed to be catchy. And I'm like, yes, but I want it super catchy. They're just like, shut up. But you know, I don't know. Hey, Terry Jean 45. Oh, thank you. I'm proud of you and your kindness and amazingness. What's your best recovery tip? My best recovery tip, I don't know. Like, I think it's just like, number one, like, block out all the noise. Like, because sometimes it's like, they're just people who don't get it. Sometimes people mean well, but they don't know the right thing to say. And people can be